Guys, I'm at the flying field and I'm going to be flying my IL Goblin 700 RAW. And I figured I'm pretty much the only one at this field actually. No one here. So I figured I'd go live, not be the only one. But, anyways, I'm flying with my Nexus on here. I did some changes and I'm using race flight for the Nexus flybarless unit within the settings. So I've added a way to add expo, which I didn't have before. I don't remember the setting that I had before race flight. Maybe it was like accuracy or something, where you were fine tuning the adjustment around the center stick. But yeah, so I actually forgot my tripod. So we're going to have a fun time just having the phone on a bench while I'm setting up. So actually, what I'll do for the time being is put you guys in the corner here. I've tightened up all my servos. So, geez, not my servos. All my screws. We did a inspection check before I came here. I brought about 5 sets of batteries. I am flying with Liperior batteries. So here, let me see if I can. All Liperior batteries, and they all have trays, so I don't have to worry about undoing the straps. They're all pretty much preset. So we'll start with a 6 amp hour battery pack. But yeah, just to feel it out. I'm still new to Nexus. Yeah, still new to Nexus. I will still in the fine tuning stages. Everything is pretty much. Also upgraded my ESC to XD Fly. Just 195. I used to fly a Castle Creations on here. So I know a lot of people would have not approved of that, but it had worked for me for quite some time. But yeah, so I actually didn't have a fan on my ESC before, so it's kind of nice. Yeah, I'm just trying to get my model set up here so I could get started on a flight. Yeah. All right. There it goes. Loading. But yeah, this field is really, really nice. Very nice and open. Sunset is about to happen back over there, so we'll probably fly on this side so I don't have to face the sun too much. All right, I think we're almost ready to go. I am no pro pilot, but I do like to fly hard a little bit. Not your typical professional flyer, though. All right. Actually, I haven't posted a video of me flying this helicopter. The go from the back here. Last time I flew was at Urcha. All right. All ready to go. So we'll be plugging the helicopter in. Radio's all ready to all set. Radio's all set. So we're gonna be flying for 3.5 on 12S, and I have my cell checker here when I'm done. Oh, look at that. We actually have. Oh, nope. We actually have some company. There's a car over there. Some person literally just sitting in their car. And, sorry, didn't bring a tripod. Literally just laying in the car, sleeping. I don't know what people do in the forest preserve. It's kind of weird. Just, maybe the house is a bit too stressful. All right. So that's plugged in. Throttle switches on. All right, there you go. Head mount. I love that. So that I'm doing with the new setup that I was just talking about earlier with the race flight with the Expo. So we'll see how I like it. So I'm gonna put here because, as I mentioned before, forgot a tripod. I gotta put my canopy on. No promises that the angles will be great, but I'll do my best. Alright, because I'm literally using my case as a way to prop up my phone. So if you guys are saying anything, I probably won't be able to answer until I'm done with the flight. I'll fly out here. Right, I'll try to keep it in frame, but no promises. Alright, we're all set. But I'll check the camera before I start. Do you guys even see that? Do you guys even see the helicopter? Oh, yeah, you can. Alright. Flight number 1. Not bad. So not horrible. Flies great. I'm still not fully used to the fact that it's so sensitive. So I'm using Race Flight on Nexus right now. There's 0 expo for the tail, but for aileron and elevator, both of those servos have 20 points, percent, whatever you want to call it, on expo, and it's still fairly touchy. And the funny thing is, while I'm streaming live, the device that I would use to tune my Nexus is being used as a camera to go live. So I guess I won't be doing the tuning. Maybe I'll get comfortable with the way it's set up. I might add a little bit more expo. And by the way, can I even check my... Okay, wow, 66%. So hopefully hopefully I can get through all 5 sets of batteries before my phone dies. Didn't bring a charger. Rotor flight with Race Flight. Oh, Will. Sorry. Race flight rates. Thanks, Will. Still a little bit sensitive. I might add a little bit more expo to it. It feels great. I think I went from Beast X to rotor flight, the Nexus flybarless unit. So still a little bit of getting used to there, but you know what? It is totally worth the switch and the upgrade. You know, ESC is warm. It's not too bad. So it's really not horrible at all. I could motor is actually, you know what, for the type of flying that I'm doing, this is a little bit warmer than I'm not even flying it that hard, and it gets pretty warm. I believe it's, I don't know, 90. No, I would say it's about 80 or so degrees out here. So it's not bad. So 1 flight down. All right. Actually, you know what? Just so you guys get a better angle of what's going on. All right. I do love the build of this Goblin. Absolutely phenomenal. So, let's see. What'd you say? Low RPM pulls. Will is being very nice. You know, Will messaged me through lower RPM pulls more. Oh yeah, that is true. Lower RPM pulls more amps and increased. Yeah, that is very true. Very, very true. That's why I have friends like Will to teach me. Actually, not bad. I mean, it is a 6 amp hour battery pack, and I flew for 3.5 minutes, not even flying that hard, and I'm getting 3.86. I could have flown for another like minute, 2 minutes, but whatever. 1 battery down. I'm pretty sure I won't even be able to get through all 5 packs before my phone dies on live, so let's just keep powering through. Actually, like I said, apologies for not bringing a tripod. I do like how it flies. I think I might stick with rotor flight, but I do think I need a little bit more expo. All right. I did buy a life battery to just pump out multiple flights at a time. Actually, we'll just go here. Start. Let me clear the. I'm clearing my timers on my radio. All clear. All right, back to plugging her in. This is flight number 2. Not bad. So I think we're all ready to go. By the way, I don't know if I see any comments, but anyways, if the, oh, I guess my signal is not that great, but probably cut out. Not a big deal. All right, time to put the canopy back on. So the reason my wires are strapped the way they are, I'm still not entirely set on the setup of the way the batteries are set here, because I have the cables running down the side of the frame so that I wouldn't have to take my canopy on and off. But I think it's a little too tight. All right. Yeah, so the whole purpose of having wires down the frame as I get in, but it's still a little tight. Canopy's a little bit in the way here. I might have to pull this up, or I don't know. I haven't really played around with it. But this side's not too bad. Plugging and unplugging, but maybe I'll move it here. I have no idea. All right. All right, we're gonna do round two. This is the flight line right here. Gotta follow the rules. was awesome. Believe it or not, I actually might not need extra expo. I am getting a little comfortable with it for sure, but man, my hands were getting pretty sweaty that second flight. So, eesh. Oh, let me see if I could show you what I mean by take. So essentially, yeah, there's not much space here. It's kind of hard. But my previous setup, I was able to just, within the canopy here, I was able to unplug like that on one side, and then boom, and you never have to take off the canopy. But that's not the case for this time. Let's see. Oh, my phone's not doing so bad. It's at 61%. I'll put you guys back here. I'm trying to see. Usually I would be able to see comments, but I don't like. Let's see, lighting. Yeah, maybe I'm not that popular. Not a big deal. Haha. Anyway, look at that sunset, guys. So nice, so nice. And the weather is just, oh man, the tripod would have helped. Alright, yeah, so that was actually a newer battery pack, so I actually felt the power in that. I'm gonna fly another old battery. So yeah, still, I'm not even gonna bother cell checking these batteries because we'd be here forever. So, all right. So we got my third set of batteries in. Now we gotta reset the radio. So press and hold, press and hold. Yes, I do have a radio IX12 from Spectrum. All right, let's plug in the battery. This is round 3, by the way. So that's plugged in. Let's move to the other side. Boom. Yeah, motor's warm, but it's not unbearable. Man, I can't talk today. So, oh, I gotta make sure everything here's getting set up. There's the ESC. I was able to switch it to yellow, so once it's yellow, it's pretty much set. Here's my Nexus setup right there with the Spectrum receiver. By the way, this thing is 3D printed, and the antennas are right here. So, KST servos. I do have an old KDS motor. Haven't upgraded that yet, but that's okay. Upgrade soon to come. See, 2 more batteries. 2 already flown. So let's put this radio case back on here. Actually, total accident. I actually canceled out of my live. Thank God YouTube can help me put myself back on track. All right, but yeah, I'm gonna put you guys back here because I gotta put the canopy back on it. So we're plugged, ready to go. Radio's all set. I do like these magnetic clips on the canopy. Super nice. All right, back to grab you guys for round 3 of a flight. Round 3. Thankfully, sun's not all the way down yet, so. Alright. And hopefully my freaking hands don't get super sweaty. Ugh. Alright. Round 3. Thankfully, it's not too cold outside. You guys see that bird? I'm glad I didn't start flying it. Damn bug. Not too bad, not too bad. I do feel a little rusty because I haven't flown since Urcha, but that's okay. I should probably be flying on the simulator a lot more, but all right. Do you hear? Do you guys? Oh, and just turned off. That that fan was actually, it really isn't bad. Cables are okay. It's the motor that's fairly warm, but servos are good. Yeah, everything looks good. Head geometry, everything looks nice and clean. All right, time to unplug these batteries. All right, we are running on 12S, so that's about 50 volts, fully charged, and with about. Sorry, didn't bring a tripod. Sorry. See, this is what I'm working with. I'm literally just using a box. I do have a tripod. Usually there's a lot of people at the field, so I don't try to do a live in front of people and annoy the crap out of them, but today I'm all by myself. So, all right, 2 more batteries to go. So this is what we're using. Lipier 5000. I don't. Let's see. Let's see if you could see it. Oh, it's kind of covered. It does say like the voltage and all that here, but it's a 65C battery, 5 amp hours. All right. You know what? If you guys want a back shot. All right. I do put in the batteries from the back side. And it's a nice mechanical lock, which is what I love about this. Literally, so you just slide in the battery right here. It goes all the way through, and then this is your release right here. So if I wanted to release the battery right now, if I pull on it, or let's just push, it's locked in there. The second I push this, it slides. So maybe you will see it. You'll see that pop. So anyways, it's a nice locking mechanism that I haven't had. I always had to strap in my batteries, or the locking mechanisms of my previous helicopters weren't even that great. All right, actually, reset my. So timer is reset. Time to. See, I need to have this cable go in between the frames. So, yeah, I could strap it with the battery, but then my straps aren't that long, so I'm just better off doing it the way I am right now. All right, so let's plug the first battery in. So you won't hear anything because it doesn't get initialized until the second battery. So let's see if I could get. Let's see if I could. No, that'd be a horrible. All right, hold on. Hopefully you guys could. I'll catch the camera if it drops. But the second I plug in the second battery, watch this servo. That's how it. Oh, there it goes. You hear those beeps? There you go. You could hear that fan. Look at that fan spinning. Man. But we're all good to go. Now to put on the camera. Let's see, where am I at? Oh, 56%. This phone is doing quite well. Not too bad for I didn't know how much my battery would drain on a live feed, so. All right, put it on the camera, or geez, the canopy on my helicopter, so bear with me, you guys will see in just a second. Actually, I might as well just do this. There you go, that's what I'm doing. So I'm pretty much hooking it on the bottom here, underneath, and then Gotta make sure. Alright, now locked in place. It won't move. Well, this usually doesn't move sideways, but anyways, there's like a lip below here that the, oh, see that? That's where the canopy sits right there. So, not that many of you are really that interested in the way the IL Goblin is designed. Most people look at it once and then it's like, okay, well, let's just see you fly. And then they watch me fly and then they peace out. Alright, so, round 4. Man, that sun is going down. Alright, round 4. I'm getting pretty damn comfortable with it, so I'm pretty happy with it. Maybe like 25 points of expo for the Nexus. But alright, let's just make sure. Alright, you guys should be able to see me now. Alright. Yeah, I wish I had someone here just recording me, but I mean, I know the fixed state of watching an RC helicopter fly is like the worst possible way to record it, but so if I go out of focus or out of camera, my bad. Rock solid. It is getting a little darker, a little harder to see, but not the end of the world. All right, let's see if I can catch it. All right, always shuts off. Look at that. It's crazy. Yeah. It's pretty loud. Pretty loud. All right, now time to unplug the batteries. So, wow, we've been going on for 46 minutes. That's nuts. All right. Battery 1 unplugged, battery 2 unplugged. All right, time to, let's see. The motor is, it's really not bad. Not bad at all. All right. So that was flight number 4. We have one more. Look at all these light period batteries. Yeah. I think expo of 20 or 25 would be right now I'm running 20. 25 would be a good range, and I might actually put a little bit of expo on that tail. It is fairly fast, but I mean it freaking flies great. I absolutely love it. There's no complaints on this 700. Look at this. Absolutely perfect night to go fly. Literally, there's no one here. No, well, except there's people in the back here. There's a guy that's been chilling here, just sleeping. His door is open and everything. But, hey, if that's how you want to roll, all right. Let's see if I could catch the setup again of the head. Oh, actually, let me put all my batteries back in my case. So yeah, I bought myself a 100 amp hour life battery, so I have like 5 of these, and if I ever want to go fly, but I want to fly here for like hours on end, I could charge 10 of these, which is a crap load. Flying 5 in a day is not too bad. It's already a lot, but see, I actually have it in a case. Just a regular tough box. Gave that to me. Specifically, the father-in-law. So thank you, father-in-law, for the tough box. All right, I'm gonna put the canopy here. I'm actually curious. Oh, that's kind of cool. I'm actually using the vertical stabilizer as a, for the phone to lean up against. But just to make sure that this battery is charged, last thing you want to do is go up in the air. Oh, yep, 98%. So we're good as far as the battery charge goes. So always bring a cell checker to the fields, because you just never know. There have been times where I put in a battery into one of my machines, and I put in a battery that was already used. Oh, my bad. I'll just put it back here. Put it, and within like the first minute, it's like, why does this not have any power? Man. There we go. We're all set. Last flight of the day. I am going a little bit easy with my flying for the last few flights, because you never want to bring a helicopter in pieces. Always want it all in one piece. So I'm just going to do some sport flying. But yeah, I'm going to rotate the case, because Damien didn't bring a tripod, so he's using his radio box. All right. Once again, reset, reset. So flying for 3.5 minutes, which is plenty for me, and I don't even fly that hard, so for me to use it all up. All right, let's see if you guys could see the swashblade kind of has a nice funky dance to it. Watch it, watch it. Ah, there's that dance. Can you guys actually hear the beeping? That was the ESC pretty much initializing and making sure that everything's all good to go. All right, so this is, like I said, last flight of the day. At least last flight for, well, you could do some night flying if you really wanted to, but I'm not really set up for that. All right. Let me, oh, you know what? You guys had a better view of me putting on my canopy down here, so I'll put you guys down here. It is getting a little colder out, so canopy goes underneath. Trying to hit that lip on the bottom here as I put the oh, see, jeez. This is supposed to be, there we go. That's much better. All right. All right. So canopy's on. You know, it's all good to go. You know, when it's not coming off, you're pretty much set to go. Canopy's underneath. I don't know. There you go, right there. All good to go. Radio's set. And I mean, look at that sunset. It's freaking amazing. All right, but like I said, last flight. Apologies if the camera's not that great because Damien didn't bring a tripod. And yes, I've said because I am a little disappointed. All right, let's do this. By the way, the bugs out here suck. Absolute distraction. I'm probably gonna have so many mosquito bites by the time I get home. But for you guys, you know what? Maybe I'll commentate while I'm flying. By the way, this would be a great lawnmower if I could fly low enough. But definitely not doing that on camera today. I mean, that yellow is just so vibrant. Absolutely love it. By the time I go that far, you guys probably can't even see it. I should just stick a GoPro to my head. Sometimes it's really hard to do talking and flying. I have to focus on that, but man, those TikToks, they feel absolutely great. Yeah, it's getting to that point where the helicopter creates that shadow effect where you almost can't see it. But you gotta make sure you're paying attention, that's all. Who would have thought that open flight or open source software would be so great? I thought there was someone behind me. But I should be focusing on the helicopter. Look at that. It's a phenomenal bug killer. Apologies for open maneuvers. I do like open flying. It makes these machines a little bit more relaxing. Alright, one last look before I land. Look at that. Absolutely gorgeous. I don't know if you, oh, you guys can't even see me land. There it is. There we go. That's what I should have done. But man. Throttle, hold, on. So it's okay for me not to look at the helicopter, but check that out. Sunsets over there. Nice big field, and yeah, that was the last flight. Last flight for the day. Look at this beast. Friggin' amazing. Absolutely love it. And thank you for Liperia Batteries for these amazing batteries that I get to use for this machine. Sorry, I only have so many hands. Oh, YouTube's yelling at me because I went vertical. I'm curious, I'm curious if it actually pauses the video if I ever rotate it. Yeah, I mean, it's so many vibrant colors. Well, it's only yellow, but a vibrant color is what I should say. So that was 5 batteries. Look at this. Those are all done. All done. That was the last battery. I'm gonna move this down. I'll probably move my sunglasses so I don't break them. But alright, last teardown. I love these, this is like magnetic. Yep. Alright, unplug here. Unplug on the other side. Motor, yeah. It really isn't that bad. But since we're on camera, might as well test out the cell voltages. 3.88. I'm not even flying that hard, so sometimes it's good to fly not too hard, especially if you know you're not going to be flying for that much or for the next week or so, because then you're just flying your batteries to storage mode at that point. But anyways, thanks for watching me, guys, or being here with me. It was a blast. I do appreciate it. See, I'm booting off my radio now. So anywho, if you guys like this type of content, please like and subscribe. And yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.